Hi there, I want to talk about the reprint of the Planet Hulk Omnibus from Marvel. The story flows from this book straight into the World War Hulk Omnibus that's on the shelf behind me. All I would say before we get to the flip through is you can read this story many other ways without having to spend the money you'd need to spend on this omnibus, which is not the thickest omnibus in the world. You can get it in trade paperback format as an omnibus. You can get it just as a standard trade. You can get it for free currently on Prime Reading. If you've already got an Amazon Prime account, go to the Kindle app, log in with your Prime details. The Planet Hulk story is there to read. The only extras you really get in this that I enjoyed were the what ifs at the back. The extra lead-in stories, not so much. I think because once Hulk gets in his spaceship and shoots off with the Illuminati saying "laters, mate," you're in the story. You don't need to have a great backstory in your mind of Hulk either for this. You don't need to have all this knowledge. All you need to know is he's the Hulk. People are fed up with him on Earth and he's been sent off to another planet. Also, for those who may not be aware, this is what they borrowed bits of Thor Ragnarok for. So this story, the Gladiator Hulk and all that comes from here. So when you see him on Thor Ragnarok, this is where they got it from. There's also an animated movie that's really quite good. Changes a few bits up in the story, but nothing overly significant, and it's a great watch. If you're not sure of spending the money on this, you go, well, what's it really about? Track down the animated movie, give it a watch, and then if you liked what you saw there, you get a much more in-depth version in this. But anyway, on with the flip through. Okay, so we've got Planet Hulk, the Omnibus. This is the hardcover version. So you've got a picture of Hulk and a character who will be significant to him later in the story. Won't spoil what that is. But anyway, under the dust jacket, you get a nicely put together book. It's got a nice solid binding on it, and a cat running past it as well. Anyway, you get a nice green image of Hulk going into battle on the front, and then it just continues on to a bit of a nothing wraparound on the back. Inside the book, you get green liner pages, and then you're into the contents page. Now, the contents lay out the main story plus the extra lead-in bits you get in this book and the extra or what-if stories you get at the end, as well as the Gladiator guidebook. So these lead-in stories, they're fine. They, explain the reasoning behind why they make the decision they do to send the Hulk into space. I mean, for those of you who know nothing of this story, essentially the Illuminati of Marvel decide that the Hulk is too dangerous and that he needs to leave Earth. So they trick him into going up into space and then send him into a wormhole where there is supposed to be a lush, lifeless planet. So there's no one to hurt or kill. He can live his days out on. I like the way they brush over the fact that, Banner is a person as well. So when Banner changes back, he could just go insane from being solitary for forever. But that's a Marvel Illuminati for you. They are bastards. When they're not nice people, considering these are meant to be the heroes, I always think it's something that they that always lets them down. Anyway, this is where the story starts proper, and it's a nice straight-in opening. And you see Hulk, he gets captured, he's vulnerable on this planet, he can be cut, and he soon gets put into a gladiatorial combat. And you see the other gladiators he's with explain their backstories. One of them relates back to Korg. This is the one you'll recognise from the current Marvel films. It says his story of how he was captured, how he encountered Thor. Anyway, they fight in the ring. Hulk wins, which wasn't expected, and leads them to escape. They rally behind Hulk. The planet ruled over by the Red King sees him as some sort of foretold, liberator, and the Red King responds by releasing something called the spikes, and they are just a sort of not a symbiote, but they're something that infects you and turns you into a horrible zombie. Anyway, I'm not going to say any more about what happens thereafter, because that will spoil a sort of surprise reveal at the end if you weren't aware of it. But it's a fun story, it's a good story, it's an interesting read, and it's certainly worth getting. Now, these are the extras in the back. You have the what ifs, which are quite fun. They were my favourite bit of the extras, to be honest. And you also get the Gladiator guidebook, which comes in the paperback volume as well. But I do like all these sort of data sheets and information on elements of the story. I find them fun, I find them enjoyable, and other than the sketches and some bits at the back, that's your lot for the book. So here's a little look at the omnibus compared to the trade paperback omnibus. You can see it starts off with similar, front page for the issue, and you're straight into Hulk being in space on his way to the wormhole. Now, if we have a look at this as far as colours go, you'll be able to see that there is a difference in how the printings are. First thing I would say, before we get to the comparison page, is the paper quality on the trade paperback omnibus is better than the hardcover omnibus. It feels thicker and just generally higher quality. But look, if you look at those two pages, you can see the colours are actually different. The saturation on the greens is higher in the hardcover, and the colours are just different in the backgrounds from the trade paperback version. Whether that makes a difference to you, I don't know, but something worth bearing in mind. You get the same guidebook extras as the hardcover version in the trade paperback, so all the sort of fun background information you can read in there is available to have a look at. The core stories otherwise remain the same. Okay, so that's a flip through. Great art, good story, enjoy those what ifs. Price wise and availability, currently at the time of making this video, it's available everywhere. Prices are being shown on screen. I'll put the target price up as well to show the best price you should be aiming for right now, new. Obviously prices do vary, as I always say. Look at the buying tips video for more on how to make yourself some savings, because I always think £5 or £6 saved on a book here is £5 or £6 towards your next one, especially if you're a collector and regularly buying these things. Soon adds up. So like every 3 or 4 books, you essentially save enough to get yourself a free book. Look, give us a thumbs up if this was any use to you, and please feel free to like and subscribe to get more sort of omnibus and any other stuff I think of views. Thanks for watching.